Namaste and welcome to GAP. Today we are going to discuss about architect of the Green Revolution of India Dr. M.S. Swaminathan and why it was on news. Without further delay, as always let's begin our exciting and informational journey. Why in news? Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, an Indian agricultural scientist who vastly expanded production of wheat and rice as a mastermind of the Green Revolution in the 1960s, died 28 September 2023 at his home in the city of Chennai. His death was announced by the M.S. Swaminathan Research Foundation in Chennai, a non-profit organization founded by Dr. Swaminathan to speed agricultural and rural development through science and technology. We will explain about Green Revolution in India later in this video, so stay with us. About Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan was an Indian agronomist, agricultural scientist, plant geneticist, administrator, and humanitarian. He was born on 7 August 1925 in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu, India. Dr. Swaminathan was widely recognized for his significant contributions to the Green Revolution in India and his efforts to improve food security and agricultural sustainability. He has been called the main architect of the Green Revolution in India for his leadership and role in introducing and further developing high-yielding varieties of wheat and rice. Dr. Swaminathan developed an interest in agricultural sciences even as a young student. Although he was a student of the medical sciences, but the world's worst food crisis in 1943 made him shift to the agricultural science. After graduating from the Agricultural College in Coimbatore, Dr. Swaminathan then went to obtain his PhD from Cambridge University, UK. He then embarked on a 2-year postdoctoral tenure at Wisconsin, US. Dr. Swaminathan's remarkable contributions earned him several prestigious awards, including the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership in 1971 and the inaugural World Food Prize in 1987. He was also honored with the Padma Shri in 1967, Padma Bhushan in 1972, and Padma Vibhushan in 1989. Now, we will understand about key contributions and roles associated with Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. First is Green Revolution. Dr. Swaminathan played a crucial role in India's Green Revolution, which was a period of increased agricultural productivity through the adoption of modern agricultural practices, high-yielding crop varieties, and improved irrigation techniques. His research and advocacy for the use of high-yield wheat and rice varieties helped transform India from a food-deficient nation into a self-sufficient one. Second is plant breeding. Dr. Swaminathan is known for his work in crop improvement and plant breeding, focusing on developing varieties of wheat and rice that were more resistant to diseases and pests and had higher yields. Third is sustainable agriculture. In addition to his work on the Green Revolution, Dr. Swaminathan has been a strong advocate for sustainable agriculture practices. He has emphasized the importance of conserving biodiversity, protecting the environment, and ensuring the welfare of farmers. Fourth is advocacy and policy influence. Dr. Swaminathan was not only a scientist but also a tireless advocate for agricultural modernization and food security in India. He used his expertise and influence to advocate for policies that supported the Green Revolution, including the adoption of HYVs and the expansion of irrigation infrastructure. Fifth is agricultural education and extension. He played a crucial role in educating and training farmers in modern agricultural techniques. His efforts in extension services helped farmers understand the benefits of using improved crop varieties, proper fertilizer application, and efficient water management. Sixth is agricultural research. He has been actively involved in agricultural research and has held various positions in agricultural institutions and organizations in India. He served as the Director General of the Indian Council of Agricultural Research and as the Director of the Indian Agricultural Research Institute. What is the Green Revolution in India? The Green Revolution in India was a period of rapid transformation in Indian agriculture that began in the 1960s and continued into the 1970s and 1980s. It changed India's status from a food-deficient country to one of the world's leading agricultural nations. It was characterized by a significant increase in agricultural productivity, primarily in the production of staple crops like wheat and rice. The Green Revolution was a result of concerted efforts to modernize Indian agriculture and make it more productive, with a focus on increasing food production to meet the growing needs of the population. In 1943, India suffered from the world's worst recorded food crisis, the Bengal famine, which led to the death of approximately 4 million people in eastern India due to hunger. This called for an immediate and drastic action to increase yield. The action came in the form of the Green Revolution. Key features of Green Revolution in India. First is introduction of high-yielding varieties. One of the central elements of the Green Revolution was the introduction and widespread adoption of high-yielding crop varieties, particularly high-yielding varieties of wheat and rice. These new varieties were developed through advanced plant breeding techniques and were characterized by their ability to produce higher yields of grains under optimal conditions. Second is irrigation expansion. To support the cultivation of HYVs, there was a significant expansion of irrigation infrastructure in the form of dams, canals, and tube wells. This allowed farmers to provide a consistent water supply to their crops, reducing their dependence on unpredictable rainfall. Third is increased use of fertilizers and chemicals. The Green Revolution promoted the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides to enhance crop yields and protect crops from pests and diseases. This shift toward chemical inputs played a crucial role in increasing agricultural productivity. Fourth is extension services. The Indian government, with the support of agricultural scientists and researchers, provided extension services to farmers to educate them about modern farming techniques, the proper use of inputs, and improved agricultural practices. Fifth is government support. The Government of India played a pivotal role in promoting the Green Revolution by offering subsidies on fertilizers, providing credit facilities to farmers, and investing in agricultural research and development. Sixth is positive impact on food production. The Green Revolution led to a substantial increase in the production of wheat and rice, making India self-sufficient in these key staple crops. It helped alleviate food shortages and contributed to improved food security. Seventh is economic impact. Increased agricultural productivity had a positive impact on rural incomes, reduced poverty levels, and contributed to economic growth in rural areas. Positive impact of the Green Revolution in India. First is increased food production. The most significant positive impact of the Green Revolution was the substantial increase in food production, especially in staple crops like wheat and rice. Second is food security. The Green Revolution contributed to enhanced food security by reducing food shortages and stabilizing food prices. Third is poverty alleviation. Higher agricultural productivity led to increased incomes for farmers. Fourth is rural development. The Green Revolution stimulated economic growth in rural areas by boosting agricultural production and creating employment opportunities in agriculture-related sectors. Fifth is agricultural diversification. With the increased income generated by high-yield crops, farmers had the opportunity to diversify their agricultural activities. Sixth is scientific research and education. The Green Revolution emphasized the importance of scientific research and education in agriculture. It led to the establishment of agricultural research institutions and universities dedicated to agricultural sciences. Seventh is global influence. The success of the Green Revolution in countries like India and Mexico served as a model for other nations facing food security challenges. And eighth is technological advancements. The Green Revolution introduced modern agricultural technologies and practices, including high-yielding crop varieties, irrigation systems, and the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Negative impact of the Green Revolution in India. First is environmental degradation. The widespread use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides during the Green Revolution led to environmental degradation. Second is soil depletion. Intensive monoculture farming, where a single crop variety is grown repeatedly, can deplete soil nutrients over time. Third is water depletion. The expansion of irrigation systems to support high-yield crops led to increased water consumption, often resulting in the over-extraction of groundwater. Fourth is genetic erosion. The focus on a limited number of high-yielding crop varieties led to genetic erosion, where traditional and locally adapted crop varieties were neglected and, in some cases, lost. Fifth is health concerns. The heavy use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers raised health concerns for farm workers and consumers. Exposure to these chemicals can lead to health problems, including pesticide poisoning. Sixth is social disparities. The benefits of the Green Revolution were not evenly distributed, leading to social disparities. Large landowners and wealthier farmers often reaped more benefits than smallholders and landless laborers. And seventh is long-term sustainability concerns. The Green Revolution's focus on short-term productivity gains sometimes came at the expense of long-term sustainability. Unsustainable farming practices can lead to soil degradation, water scarcity, and other environmental challenges that jeopardize future food production. Conclusion. The Green Revolution in India was a transformative period in the country's agricultural history. It brought about significant positive changes in terms of increased food production, improved food security, and economic development. However, it also had its share of negative consequences and challenges that continue to be relevant today. There has been a growing emphasis on sustainable and eco-friendly agricultural practices to address some of the negative impacts of the Green Revolution. Nonetheless, the Green Revolution's legacy continues to shape India's agricultural landscape and food security efforts. So, this brings to the end of today's session. We hope we have been able to make you understand about Dr. M.S. Swaminathan and the Green Revolution in India. If you have any questions for us, you can comment in the comment section or email us. We would be happy to help. Thank you for your time. Stay safe and stay happy.